Levi Damian from SB Nation. Being away from the game the last few years, what do you think are the most important things you've learned seeing things from the other side?
Look, I've got to see every facility in the league. I've had a chance to watch them practice, see how they conduct training camps. I've had a chance to learn some things and see some things that I would have never gotten to see as a coach. And I've had a chance to study different offenses, different defenses, and I've had a chance to get into personnel more. So I think I'm more big picture now than I was in the past, but I still want to be very detailed in terms of how we play offense. I still want to be very involved in how we move the football. But I have had some opportunities that are unique and I think beneficial as a broadcaster.
Rick Tittle with 95.7 The Game, the home of the Raiders. And this is for Reggie, too. You mentioned personnel. How much are you going to be involved in personnel decisions, or are you just going to coach?
Well, we're going to work together. Reggie and I come from the same tree in Green Bay, raised by Ron Wolf. As young Green Bay Packers, I think we have a similar viewpoint in terms of what kind of players we're looking for, but it's got to be a collaborative effort, whether it be a salary cap decision, a free agent acquisition, who we draft. We got to work together, and I think that's the great thing about being here is we're going to be united, we're going to work hard, and we're going to assemble the best team possible. We're not always going to agree, and Reggie will probably win. Look at the size of the guy. But you know what? I don't want to agree with everybody. You know, I really want to work hard, and I want to try to pursue every vehicle possible to improve the Raiders.
Bottom line, it's a team effort. I mean, we're a team. It's going to be a Raider decision. Bottom line, we're going to work great together.
John, Tim Kawakami, The Athletic. The reported terms of this deal are 10 years, $100 million. Is that close to accurate? And if it is, how do you make yourself worth $100 million?
I don't have a guarantee to be alive for 10 years, just so people know. Mark has told me that we're not getting ownership of the team, so I am happy to report that today. But I don't really know the terms. All I know is this year I'm going to be coaching in Oakland, and next year I'm going to be coaching in Oakland, and I want to help deliver the best football team we can for the people here in Oakland. And how long I stay here will be determined by how well we play.
Al Sarasovic, San Francisco Chronicle. You spoke about your understanding and love of Raiders Nation. Can you talk about the team's plans to move to Las Vegas and how you feel about that?
Well, Mark can talk about the move to Las Vegas. I'm a real short-term, goal-oriented coach. Big reason I'm here is my passion for the city of Oakland and this franchise. And the people in the black hole, if you're out there listening, I can't wait to see you guys, man. I really can. And I'd like to fill that place with Raiders fans at least 7 or 8 more times. That's all I care about right now.
This is your first pick in 1998. Charles Woodson, I'm with the Oakland Raiders alumni. All of us just want to know, is there a no-trade clause in your deal?
You're going to make me want to go home, Charles, back to Florida. There is a no-trade clause. And all I want to say to you guys is I want to say this to you guys, all of you. It means the world to me that you're here. And you're welcome. As long as I'm the head coach, all of you are welcome here. I want you guys to be a big part of this Raider organization, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for your attendance here today. Some of you guys were actually on time, unlike when I was coaching here. But there's a lot of young players out there, I know this, that have untapped potential, and we have to tap it as soon as they walk in these doors, and I need your help to do that. But thank you guys for being here.
John, Ann Killian with the Chronicle again. You joked with Charles when you got in here about that was a fumble. Do you feel that you have unfinished business here, and how much has that kind of gnawed at you over the last, 15 years, 10 years?
It's great to see you again, Ann. Thanks for bringing up the tuck rule and how old we are. It's great. Yeah, there is unfinished business. And as a coach, I was traded. I've been fired. I've missed the game terribly, but I've really missed the Raiders. And for my career to end on that night in New England, it still ticks me off. And I'm so thrilled to be back here. I hope people understand the emotion inside of me. I feel unfinished business. I also feel a lot of loyalty, and I feel a lot of responsibility to get the Raiders going again. And it's been a while since we've consistently performed at a high level, and that's really all I care about. I'm going to do everything I can to help this team get right again.
John Terry McDonald, Bay Area News Group. A couple of times while you've been away, and you alluded to it earlier, some of the restrictions of the CBA and how much more difficult it is to train a quarterback with the amount of time allotted. I assume you've given that a lot of thought. Do you have new philosophies on how to sort of compact information into shorter periods of time?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. My brother's a coach in the NFL with the Redskins. I spend a lot of time with a lot of different NFL quarterbacks that come to my office to meet with me because they can't even meet with their own coaches. I mean, teams are building these monstrosity facilities and they can't even use them because they're locked out because of the collective bargaining agreement. So, look, you can't wear pads on the practice field at times. The length of practices, the way training camp unfolds now, there's limitations on what you can do. So it is critical that you spend a lot of time looking at the practice schedules, the meeting schedules, so you can get as much done as possible in a short period of time. And I think there is a real skill and a real art to that, and certainly that's something we've been researching carefully.
I'm Michael Gelkin, Las Vegas Review-Journal. You've had a long time to consider who you would choose for your coaching staff when this day arrived. Can you detail each of your coordinator choices, including Rich Bisaccia, with whom you have an elongated history of working with in the past?
There's a real trick when you become a head coach. You can't just go get the guys you want because they're under contract. A lot of these guys are head coaches now, the guys that you worked with. But over the years, I have always tried to keep a close group of friends and people that I have a high respect for on red alert, just in case an opportunity did arise. And Rich Bisaccia was our special teams coach when we won the Super Bowl. He's a special teams coach of the Dallas Cowboys. He's a versatile coach. He coached 2 positions for me in Tampa. He was a running back coach and the special teams coach. Great leader of men. He'll do an outstanding job here. Paul Gunther, I met Paul Gunther when my brother was the offensive coordinator of the Bengals. I love the way the Bengals play defense. Up the field, single gap, get after you. Mike Zimmer, who left Cincinnati, went to Minnesota. I think we all agree they're quite a defensive team. He's a great teacher. He's been able to get a lot out of players. Vontaze Burfict, undrafted out of Arizona State, became a star player. He can coach coaches. He can coach a lot of different situations to a high level. And Greg Olson coached Derek Carr for a year here. His intel there will be very important. He coached with me in Tampa. And he coached with Sean McVay, one of my ex-assistants in L.A. So the system of football that we run, there will be a real natural flow. But I am thrilled to have these 3 coaches. We've got to hire some others this week, and we've got a number of interviews slated starting tomorrow morning.